for the Big Three on Fantasy Alarm TV, the one and only Ray Flowers. OPS Rama today on the Big Three. Let's start out with the number 1160. That's the OPS of Andrew McCutchen in the last 2 weeks. He's also hit 4 home runs. Clearly, he wasn't right at the start of the season. He maintained all along it was not a health-related situation with his knee. Whether he was right or wrong, he is grooving now. On pace for 25 home runs, 95 RBIs, 85 runs. Numbers are right on par, slightly better actually than what he did last season. The difference between last year and this year is we've seen him steal 20 bases last year in multiple seasons. He's only on pace for 11 this year. That number can always pick up moving forward. That's something we're going to need to see from him. His bat seems to be back. Let's see if the wheels can get back there and make him a fantasy superstar yet again. 889, that's the OPS of Brandon Crawford the last 2 weeks, but it's not really about the OPS with Brandon Crawford. It's about the counting category production. 14 RBIs in his last 3 games, put him on pace for 105 RBIs. He's also on pace for 20 home runs, 85 runs scored this season. Now, there's many problems with this. Number one, Crawford is not that good of a hitter. I've seen him for years playing here at the Bay Area for the Giants. He's simply not that guy. His home run to fly ball ratio is more than double his career rate right now. His batting average of balls in play is like 40, 50 points above his career rate. That's not likely to continue. His pull rate, which you think would go up with all the power, it hasn't. It's actually the same. His ground ball rate, it's actually up a little bit. So really, this isn't even a profile of a guy that should be taking the next step moving forward in the power categories. Let's not forget, despite being on pace for 20 home runs and 100 RBIs, the guy has never hit 10 home runs before. He's never had 70 RBIs in a season, and he's never had 55 runs scored, despite being on the 80-plus run pace this year. Crawford, tremendous start. Career best across the board likely coming, but will not maintain his current pace. The final number is 1.213. That's the OPS the last 2 weeks of Ryan Braun, who also has 6 home runs and 19 RBIs in that time. So tired of the PED talk with Ryan Braun. The fact is, when healthy, dude mashes. He's healthy right now. Guess what? That puts him on pace for 40 home runs, 125 RBIs, like 95 runs scored. Traditional Ryan Braun stuff. On pace for 15 steals, too. Like to see that number come up a little bit as we move forward. But Braun is back, folks. It's all about the health with him. Some concerns at the moment. His line drive rate is about 4 percentage points below normal. His batting average balls in play about 65 points below normal. But if those two numbers rise and normalize, we could be seeing yet another Ryan Braun season. Hopefully you didn't bail on him because of the thumb, because of all the worries about the PED. It's been the Big Three at Fantasy Alarm TV. I'm your host, Ray Flowers. Don't forget to visit us at fantasyalarm.com for all your fantasy baseball needs. Talk to y'all again soon.